Stay a while and listen.
Hello, welcome to the Freak Show. BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS here. I want to thank you guys for joining me as I start up my coverage of Banner of the Maid. Azure Flame Studio and CE Asia released this game back on May 28th of 2019, but why am I playing it so late, you wonder? English localization. So, I was talking with one of the PR guys for this game, and he told me that they thought of me for this game, which was really cool. So a shout out to Antonio and the crew. And essentially think Final Fantasy Tactics, which you guys know I love, but as a Chinese anime about the French Revolution. Yep, it's going to be weird, but we're going to do it, and hopefully we're going to have some fun. Let's hop in and let's get this started. Okay, officer mode. You can save the game anytime during battles. Retreating causes no penalty. Starting the game with a small amount of funds and reputation. It's for first-time players. Or, you can save only once in each battle. Retreating causes penalty to your rewards earned. Start the game with no extra funds or reputation. I assume that battles aren't going to take like an absurdly long period of time. So I feel like I could probably get away with the save only once. But at the same time, I don't want to run the risk of having like a super epic long battle like something from Valnarian Tactics 2, where I am there for 3 or 4 episodes and I'm only able to save once. That would be bad. I think I'm going to go with the officer mode. Though my heart wants to go with general mode. I'm just saying, guys and gals. I'm just saying, this is where I want to be. This is where I'm going to go. Oh, I'm so torn. I haven't played this before, so technically I am a first-time player. Nope, we're going general mode. I've convinced myself. Knee-jerk reaction, we're going for it. The down arrow icon indicates its unit is weakened by certain means. Azure Flame Studio presents. I don't believe it's voiced in English. I believe it is only re-textified in English. And I'm not sure if the English thing is launched yet. This is still like a pre-release version of the English thing. Okay. The game looks awesome. It just, I like it. I like it a lot already. Just a few seconds here that I've seen of it. It's just enjoyable. It makes me smile. Giving me that nostalgia and whatnot. Who does it? It's kind of almost the character design seems like a cross between Final Fantasy and Arbiter's Mark. Felseal, Arbiter's Mark. Feels kind of like a cross between the two. Just gonna hold the line, huh? That did not go well for them. He didn't make it out. Alright. Banner of the Maid. Yeah. Knight of the Varanus. The up arrow icon indicates that they're strengthened. Oh, that's slow. Summer 1791, Varennes, France. I'm sure I'm pronouncing that wrong. I'll pronounce almost everything wrong. Just be aware of that. Auto? That is not the right button. There's the button. Varennes is not far ahead. Are you sure that the king will be here? I can only hope that it's true, otherwise the King of France might already be in the territory of another country. Be vigilant, Marquis de Lafayette. Sure. If we don't bring the king back, the whole country will shake tomorrow. France cannot afford this kind of blow during such a crucial moment. I could try to do a French accent, but I'm sure I'll offend every single person. So, just not going to do it. Because remember, we have Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast as a point of reference. And then we have, was it Tink from Disgaea 2 with his absurdly racist French accent. And he was turned into a demon frog. I mean, it's rough, right? Like, don't want to go that route. So, we'll just not do it. What is the king thinking? Can't he just stay put in the palace? Comte de Mirabeau? Sure, having just recovered from a serious illness, you should stay in Paris and rest. It was I who provided the intelligence. Of course, I have the responsibility to accompany you, and the troops there. I don't think they are the Garde Nationale. It's the army of the royalists. They must be here to pick up the king. Then I'm counting on you. I'm not experienced in battlefield commanding or leading charges. Our actions tonight will change the fate of France. Marquis de Lafayette, please be sure to find the king and all his entourage. Don't worry. You better take the time and think about how to persuade the king. What's that noise? There's a noble woman, apparently. Player phase. Are we going to murder the woman? What's happening? The enemy is alerted and guarding the bridge. Anyway, move to the enemy first. Get close to attack. And show no mercy to these traitors. Alright, sweet. Alright, so let's see what I can do here. We got previous next unit. Can we rotate the camera at all? No. Okay, so it looks like the camera is isometric. Ooh, I don't think I like that. Alright, give me a second, guys and gals. Alright, let's try it now. Ah, there it is. Okay. They do have the ability to switch the cursor movement. So essentially, the way... I'm trying to remember. The way games work, when it's at this weird, like, not straight up, straight left, straight right, straight down view, so this, like, diagonal view, you can either have the cursor move to the top left or to the top right, essentially by pressing up. And apparently defaulted, it's always to the top right, but almost all of the games that I played over the years, short of just a few, especially recently, have all moved the cursor to the top left, and that's what I've gotten used to. So the fact that this has that ability to do the reverse, so now it's actually the way it's supposed to be. So I've chosen him. I'm going to charge forward. And I apparently have the charge there. Can I zoom in? Is that a thing? And then I can attack or use an item. Standard cavalry sword. Okay. Oh, I can go up and down with the height. Sorry, I am playing around with some of the things. Okay. So I have a disadvantage, he has an advantage. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna do like half of his damage versus him doing a little bit to me. I like the fact that we attack first, and then they get a counterattack. I'm a fan of that. Because I believe that kind of lowers their attack. I'm hoping. Like, the less troops that they have, the less damage they do. Okay, so we obliterated them there. Alright, there is still one group of enemies left at the entrance of the town. I hope the king is still there. No time to waste. Get it done now. Alright. Oh, okay, so we kind of have a weapon triangle. It's more of a weapon square. So it looks like riflemen, maybe, are better than horse folk. Horse folk are better than horseshoe folk. I don't know what that means. Horseshoe folk are better than kneeling people, and kneeling people are better than riflemen. I don't know. How far out can you move, buddy? Do you think he's got any kind of range? I think maybe I'll just wait. Maybe I'll move here and just wait. Let's see what happens. Is he going to step forward? He is not. Okay. Alright. Well, oops.
不要松懈，革命的成败在此一举了。
We're gonna move here. We're gonna wait. Okay, he can't step up and do anything, which is good.
还在磨蹭什么？
And now we are actually close enough to get him. Are we gonna get charged? We are. Okay, cool. Attack!
速战速决！
Charge! Nice. Alright, they're gonna shoot back at us, taking one of our dudes out. Apparently we're dignified. I don't know what that does for us. I'm sure it helps in some way. And we're definitely doing less... I feel like we're doing less damage. 25. Maybe we're not. Maybe it doesn't matter. Maybe they always do the full amount. The Royalists were guarding this carriage. Let's get closer and take a look. The designated areas that you need to reach are marked as yellow grids. Move into that area to complete your mission. What I'd really like to see is if we attack an enemy unit and kill it with the attack, do they get a counterattack before they actually go down? I'm hoping not, but you never know. Heroic? I just wait here, right? I don't want to attack anything. It's Mirabeau. Like the messenger said, it's the carriage that the king took. I'll leave the searching in the town to you as I stay here to guard the carriage. Please try not to cause a disturbance. I will deal with it, you can rest assured. Well, madame, please step outside. It's the noblewoman. As I expected, it's her who stayed in the carriage. Surely you know what would happen next, yes? His Majesty is in the town, and Marquis de Lafayette will find him soon enough. Please, come back to Paris with us. What will happen to our family when we return to Paris? The documents left by His Majesty confirm that he had betrayed the country and the people. You will be detained as soon as you arrive in Paris. For France at this moment, betrayal is a delicacy in which friends inside and outside Paris are all eagerly waiting to take their bite. Then what will become of my children, the future of the royal family? Your children will be taken care of. After all, they are from the bloodline of the royal family. In the current situation, their lives can only be held in the hands of others. Alright, please don't make any unnecessary resistance. This is the consequence of the royal family's behavior, and you must take responsibility. So wait, I thought we were going to save the king. Are we here to capture the king and he betrayed France? Is that what's going on? What just happened? Apparently she doesn't know either. Sure enough, as predicted by the painting, the blue diamond has responded. What blue diamond? It seems that you are the person I am looking for. Oh, this guy, he's shady. What do you mean? I'm not here for the king. What I'm looking for is the ability hidden in you. Anyway, what I'm about to say may be confusing to you. Probably. But please listen to it carefully, then consider it seriously before answering my question. This is not only about you and me, but also about the future of the country. Yelling and commotion can be heard in the distance. It seems that the king has been found. There is not much time. Please listen carefully. But you're fading to black. I can't listen. What is this? That was the most turbulent moment in my life. I escaped from the gate of death, and my hands hold the key to change the future of the country. That was a legacy that has been passed down for hundreds of years and appeared in many stories and legends. Women who are affected by it are inevitably caught in a torturous fate. Well, that doesn't sound good. I hope this action will not be one of the many remorses in my life. I hope that they can become the maids of France that make the country peaceful and stable. Okay. 5 years later, outskirt of Toulon, France. So, the saying that the king was kidnapped is false. If the public knew the truth, the royal family should have been imprisoned, or even worse. It's just a story that I heard while drinking. I'm telling this story because you, my young lady, are too bored on the road. Oh, it was just a story? Speaking of which, I have heard several versions of similar stories. But the woman who changed the royal family may truly exist. After her intervention, there have been many changes in the royal family. Oh? Young lady, do you really believe that so-called maid stuff? Wielding incredible talents, the maids were born to save the country in danger? I'm not sure. This girl in military uniform claims to be a graduate of the École Militaire. I'm so sorry, guys. Ever since women were allowed to join the army, the École Militaire received a batch of female students who passed special testing. Okay. Young lady, what's her name again? Pauline Bonaparte. Of course it is. A rare surname. You are not a Parisian? Is that someone from Paris? Are you? I am from Corsica. What a coincidence! When I was young, I joined the army and went to Corsica. Speaking of that... Never mind. What topic do you wish to discuss? Well, how about the situation of France? Speaking of that, when I was young, I really couldn't believe a revolution would really happen. 7 years ago, the king summoned the Estates General to solve financial problems. That's right, the clergy for the First Estate, the nobility for the Second Estate, and the commoners for the Third Estate. The Estates General intensified the contradiction between the estates, and finally a revolution took place in Paris. The Bastille was stormed, and the king compromised, resulting the legitimation of the current assembly. Legitimation? Is that a word? I don't know. I like it though. Well. You are quite familiar with the history. Then what do you think of the revolution? Well, I was in Corsica 7 years ago, and I didn't know too much about Paris. I learned all of it later in the École Militaire. But in the past few years, although the power of the nobility has been weakened, the royal family stood unaffected. Well, the royal family changed their attitude after that, supported the reform of the assembly, and did a lot of unprecedented things. For example, girls like you were enrolled in the École Militaire. That's a policy promoted by the royal family. They made good use of the publicity. I know this too, but a soldier should not care too much about the political issues. I can see that you don't care about politics. Otherwise, you would have known me. Really? Never mind. Speaking of the military, the destination of your travel. Young lady, have you been transferred to Toulon? There's a war going on here, as I know. My older brother is also a soldier, and he's serving in Toulon. I'm here to take a vacation. In my opinion, now is not the time for military personnel to take a vacation. Domestic rebellions happen from time to time, and the war with the neighboring countries are also ongoing. As you said, as a soldier, it is time to fight for the country on the front line. Well, then why are you... To be honest, I have just experienced a fierce battle recently. You can say it was a victory according to the results. Well, I can tell it from your medal. Maybe she has a medal, I don't know. Even it's awarded by the royal family as a response to the current situation. There must be a considerable degree of military merit. But the casualties were overwhelmingly heavy, which made me start to doubt whether I am suitable as being a soldier. So you came here to talk to your brother about it? Yes. It was also my brother's recommendation that led me to apply to the École Militaire. Although he is strange and ambitious to outsiders, he's definitely a qualified soldier. Okay. It's a bit odd to hear such comments from someone whose own sister. But speaking of Toulon, it's definitely not a good place for vacation now. Alright, well, here, I'll talk to you about the ongoing Battle of Toulon. It has been half a year now since the traders within the city helped the foreign army to occupy Toulon. The nearby cities that are affected by the war are also in a panic. Alas, the people are suffering too much. This war must be ended as soon as possible. However, it is strange that not only the neighboring countries, Prussia and Austria, are attacking the city, but also the British. Since the House of Bourbon is still there, even if they are worried about the impact of the revolution, they shouldn't be rushing to wage a war. Even His Majesty supports the Assembly to engage in war. It's really... well, it's really abnormal, and there may be some unknown power in the back. Are you saying, like, the power of the maids? Who knows? However, it is not a strange thing for the king to support war. Although the king has temporarily won the support of the people, the power of the royal family and the nobility are still weakening. If the revolutionists' regime is defeated by foreign troops, they will regain power. Do they even know how many people will die for this? Too bad. Perhaps I really have chose the wrong person. Chosen? Choosed? Alright. Just my personal conjecture. In any case, the war is inevitable. Alright, well, I've got nothing else to say. Glory on the battlefield, defending the country. We join the army for this purpose. But when we actually stepped into the battlefield, it's totally a different thing. Hundreds of people will either survive or die on the battlefield because of our decisions. How can one take up these responsibilities? That, I don't know. I'm not familiar with the military affairs. However, you see, whether you are of the royal family or the common folks, who can really say if they can dominate their own fate. And according to my decades of experience, fate often won't give you much choice. What do you think, young lady? In order to make mistakes, would you let go of the opportunity to change your fate? Oh, in order to not make mistakes. Sorry, I skipped a word there. It's kind of an important one. Surely not. So much for the talk. We're nearing Toulon. Well, it's time for me to get off of the carriage. The person that my brother sent to pick me up should be near. Then I'll bid you farewell here. If you happen to visit me in Paris, I'll prepare more interesting stories and refreshments for you. Thank you. And I have a few words to say to you before I leave. Oh? Yes? Your storytelling skills could use some work. Please do hone your speech before we meet next time. This is the first time I met such an audience. This is the first time I saw Pauline Bonaparte. After that, she set foot on the battlefield again. And when we'll meet again in Paris, that's several months later. Alright. Chapter 1, The Cannons of Toulon. Is the guy who's supposed to pick me up still not here yet? I haven't seen Brother Napoleon for more than a year. News about his military merits on the front line can be heard from time to time. This area was once downtown. When the war broke out, civilians were evacuated, leaving only a mess here. People just want a stable and peaceful life, and they can't get it because of the war. Having said that, how come no one is coming? Did I come to the wrong place? Sounds of incoming bombardment! Oh, that's not good. Artillery! And the distance it's very close. The sound of marching? That's not good. Dang it! It's the enemy force. They have already advanced this far? I have to find a place to hide immediately. Chase attack! Ooh. Oh, we just got thrown right into the battle. Did that young lady come this way? Could she happen to be Bonaparte's sister? Can you hear me, Mademoiselle Bonaparte? No response. Then I'll have to search this entire area. Who's that blockhead yelling on the street? He might as well lead the enemies to us directly. Guess he must be the one sent by my brother. I can join him and escape from here. Anyway, let me check out the surroundings and find a place where we can meet. Tut tut. It's the enemy scouts, a group of scattered soldiers. I need to defeat them to reach the intersection in the front. In any case, the safety of Mademoiselle Bonaparte must be guaranteed. Cool. There's a chain of advantages against other classes. Among the various classes of units, your damage and hit chance against the targets will be increased when you are in advantage, and decreased when you are in disadvantage. Makes sense? Notes: light cavalry. Les clercs. Chasseur et cheval. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Is light cavalry, which is in advantages against light infantry, but in disadvantages against heavy cavalry. Alright. Sure. Alright, ladies. Oh, wait, there's a threat range button? Oh, I could have used that? I'm dumb. It's fine. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be it for this first episode. I'm looking forward to seeing how this all plays out. I'm looking forward to actually playing the game. It's going to be fun, like I said. It was described to me as Final Fantasy Tactics as a Chinese anime about the French Revolution. So we'll figure out what that means. I mean, we kind of see it in action already, but I'm here for it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it as well. I guess I'll do the call to action that everybody does. You know, go ahead and leave a like, guys. If you are enjoying this, you want to see more, go ahead and leave a like. Of course, subscribe to the channel. If you do want more information about the game, where to get the game, information on the developer, or any of that wonderful fun stuff, it'll all be down below in the description of the video and various links and things of that nature. And just can't wait to play more. So thanks for stopping by, guys and gals. My name's BUMPY-MCSQUIGUMS, and I'll see you later.